Yeah, I mean, as is life, these things, you got to have a quick turnaround mentality because today is about preparing. And nobody can take away what the guys did. And there's a lot of merit in that and, how electric the stadium was, but we want more. So right now the priority is on recovering for the guys who played big minutes, getting rhythm for the guys who didn't, and then preparing the most important details to put us in the best position of winning the next game.
It was important to go ahead and take advantage of the slight windows that Minnesota was going to give you one shot on target, one goal. What is it going to be like against Vancouver, which is going to be a little bit more open, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, it's playoff football, so you're going to go against really well-coached teams with good players, a lot of discipline and commitment for what they do, and it's about making plays, and I think the boys did that in multitudes, and it continues to be that. Like, you're not gonna be. You have 2 days to prepare the next game. We know it's a different type of game picture. Vancouver will come to go toe-to-toe a little bit more, so we'll need to be prepared for that. But the most important thing is that the guys trust all the work that's been done up until now. We take care of the 2 to 3 most important details that we think will give us an advantage, and then they go out there and leave it all on the field.
Go ahead.
And then just defensively, obviously the experience is something that's been noted every single game, but every single game they've been able to step up. What's the consistent aspect of that back line that's been able to go ahead and answer that toll once again?
Yeah, like I said, they made huge fireman plays, and that's what you need. You need these kind of game-changing plays, these plays that people will remember in terms of having that warrior mentality and that fireman mentality to put out fires.
Mikey, at the end of the regular season, there was you and Vancouver that were competing for that top Western Conference spot, and it ended up being you all, and because of it, you're hosting this. Do you reflect on that at all, and how close the margins really come down to things at this time of the year?
Right now, we just focus on what can we take from the last game and from these training sessions to set conditions so that these guys can go out there and fly and give them the best chances of winning the game. It's a really well-coached team with good players, a strong identity, and we'll be up for it.
What did Baird's assist show you about him as a player and his awareness?
He's a giver,
Yeah.
so he makes extra runs in behind, even if he doesn't get the ball. His intensity and effort in the press, but also I think you saw that same kind of warrior mentality in terms of being relentless in that exact play, because a lot of guys could let that ball go out of bounds, and he just played it to the last millimeter, and it ended up being one of the big differences in the game.
You have an international roster. Thanksgiving may not be something that's familiar to some guys. Do you talk to them about what tomorrow's all about?
I mean, the most important thing is not so much the holiday, but what it represents in terms of being thankful for what you have in life, and to not take anything for granted. And I'll be honest with you, we hit on those tones pretty much every single day.
How has Dreyer grown the most since you got here?
I think adapting to the league, the travel, he knows what to expect now. And when players are able to expect the expected, they always are better able to shine and be themselves.
Dreyer talked about his illness and how difficult this last game was. How did you see that as the coach, and how he played, and how have you helped his recovery for this next match?
I mean, we just focused on trying to get him what he needed. At this point in the season, everybody needs something a little bit different, and our job is to set conditions so that they're in best conditions to go out there and play their hardest with a lot of confidence. So we tried to give them enough time. Our human performance staff is amazing, and they have all sorts of ways and strategies to help with those things. But ultimately, I think the most important thing that we can do as a staff is trust him, and we always do.
And I'm doing something on Mikey Varas. What have you thought of his trajectory this season, and how important is he to your midfield right now?
Yeah, he's just a really consistent player, really smart at finding spaces, and he's got this kind of relentless mindset. He really fights for everything he has in his life and what he's gotten up until now, and think these are the kind of perfect players for our culture because they come in with a point to prove and they want to keep proving it over and over again. And he's kind of, I would say, one of these guys that maybe isn't as noticeably complimented by people, but he's really, really important to our team. Yeah, from day one, we said we wanted to be a reflection of the community, and I think the boys have demonstrated that. And I think it's something I've touched on a lot is really making sure that the narrative that places other cities or other teams are the hardworking blue-collar teams, and that we're the team that comes and plays exciting football needs to be put to bed because the typical San Diegan makes a lot of sacrifices, works really hard so that they can live here. And I don't think a lot of people know that. They see the sunshine, they see the good vibes, they see the beaches, but they don't see how much sacrifice is undergone, and I think our team exemplifies that. I think it's also a city that's unified in terms of a collective pride for their region, and that's something else I think we show in spades in terms of our collectivity being our superpower. So at the end of the day, what I will say is you can never guarantee anything in life. We won't take for granted, and nobody should take for granted where we stand right now. But what I know is, and what gives us confidence, is that these guys have given everything, every second, this entire season, since day one, to be as prepared as possible for the moment that we're going to confront right now, and we'll be ready to go for it with everything we got.